Seattle game on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we're going to be giving away a lot of tickets to go see the Midland Rockhounds. They started the playoffs last night.
They did.
And I didn't catch the score. However, they played in Frisco last night. They played the Frisco Rough Riders.
Right.
And they're going to play again tonight. And then the series is going to move tomorrow in the Midland.
Right.
And it depends on how Midland does, but they're going to play Friday, and then they may play Saturday, and then they may play Sunday. So they did lose to Frisco, is what Gooney just showed me. So definitely tune in for that. If Midland wins tonight, then that's going to extend the series at least until Saturday.
Right.
And
it's exciting. I mean, Midland, they have a good team this year, and they've, even though Frisco's in first place ahead of them, I think they were 2.5 games, maybe three games going into the playoffs behind Frisco.
The Rockhounds have been exciting all year long.
Yeah, they've had a great team.
And not only that, since it's the playoffs, and I can't say this for sure, but I'm just going to throw this out there. If they don't have them scheduled, they should. Since it's the playoffs, there should be fireworks. And everybody loves firework night over in Midland.
They are scheduled. I heard one of the commercials playing, and they did say, man, what is wrong with that dude? They did say, I'm just going to start talking slowly so I can make sure I say all of my words correctly.
Ew. No.
They did say that there is fireworks.
Awesome. Well, there should be. If there wasn't, there should be. So what we're going to do is we're gonna give you not just tickets to Friday's game, but we'll give you tickets to Saturdays and Sundays so you can catch the rest of the series.
That is insane.
It is.
Wow, that's cool though. I can't believe I haven't gotten over there and seen them this season yet.
Well, now's your chance.
I'm kind of depressed about it. I have to go while they're in the playoffs.
All you have to do. Oh wait, you can't win.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay for the tickets, but I have to go see.
They're not that bad.
Yeah, they're not that.
You know what? The first time I went to a minor league baseball game, I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I've been to a college baseball game. Of course, the LSU Tigers has like one of the biggest baseball stadiums, and just they're very popular.
Yeah,
so
one of the best teams.
Yeah, going to one of those games is already crazy. It's almost like going to kind of a semi-professional team.
Right.
And then I've been to the Rangers, I've been to see the Astros, and I've been to see the Atlanta Braves. So whenever I went to my first minor league baseball game, I was just kind of like, yeah, this is not going to be that much fun. It's minor league baseball. You know what? Minor league baseball is great because there is such a discrepancy between the great players and the players who are just there kind of filling roster spots.
Right.
So you will get into these games where they have just home runs, just right after each other.
But they're so much fun, though.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're great. And then you'll get into games where this pitcher is just totally outclassing everyone. And it's really, really cool. So we're going to be giving away tickets, like I said, to the Midland Rockhounds, and we're going to be giving away tickets to go see the Texas Rangers this weekend. Yeah. And so be on the listen for that.
Rangers tickets, Rockhounds tickets. We're going to make you a winner.
And we got football coming up tonight, first game in the NFL.
Yeah, that's tonight.
That's
already.
Tonight already. We are already there.
Get the first Thursday night game.
Since it's a Thursday night game, I'm assuming it's going to be on the NFL channel. And so if you don't have Suddenlink, you're probably going to miss out on that. But I have Suddenlink, so I don't have to miss out on that.
Yeah. See, I have Suddenlink too, and it's fantastic.
Throw some salt on the wound, Charles.
I've been checking out the SEC network there on Suddenlink, and that is a cool channel right there.
I like it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I'm not a big ESPN person. I'm really not. I'm more of a Fox News or Fox Sports type guy, but I like the SEC network. It just gives you some insight on.
But it's ESPN. It's pure ESPN.
It is. Oh yeah, it is.
It's just they focus on the teams that they have. That's
right.
It.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's just SEC network. I don't know. I like SEC football.
Well, right now ESPN gets on my nerves because they're doing nonstop coverage of Michael Sam. He's a practice squad player that signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, he's the first openly gay player in the NFL.
Right.
And he had his tryout with the St. Louis Rams. He stayed a lot longer than a lot of people thought.
Right.
And finally they were cut. I think St. Louis was just trying to delay the PR that they were going to get for cutting this guy. And then so Dallas called him up. He passed the physical, and he showed up yesterday. And I was watching some of the players' reactions, and this could have went south quick because when the player said that they didn't want a gay player in their locker room, And I don't know what kind of talk they had with the Dallas Cowboys, but they said all the right things yesterday. Apparently, Tony Romo went up and greeted Michael Sam whenever he arrived. Michael Sam did a press conference, and then he met with the other players, Des Bryant and a few other players. And, so they said all the right things yesterday. And
Awesome.
when it comes down to it, the guy is ultimately a practice player. He is a professional practice player. He's not going to see any game action anytime soon unless he makes his way up to the roster, and which would probably require an injury or something to happen. So unless he just catches fire. But, I mean, ultimately he's a practice player, and ESPN's doing nonstop coverage on Michael Sam. It's crazy.
Wow.
And
practice player.
I mean, you remember what they did to Tim Tebow, right?
Yeah.
This is what they're doing with Michael Sam, and he's a practice player.
Wow. That's
so
bad.
It truly
That's kind of annoying after a while.
It truly is.
It gets old after a while.
Jeez.
So the storyline gets to change. We actually get to play real games starting tonight.
That's awesome.
And that's going to be awesome. And then, of course, tomorrow we got high school football returning.
That's right.
We're going to have 3 games here on the KBS radio group. We're going to start it off with the Pigskin Prediction Show coming from Hoonans.
That's right.
Going to go get some sweet and sour chicken, and going to have to talk to Coach. This is going to be an interesting week. You're not going to want to miss this Pigskin Prediction Show.
Yeah, you're not.
So it's going to be pretty cool.
Interesting.
Another pretty cool thing, Tobin Tannehill is up for the Texas Weekly Football Player of the Week.
Yeah.
And I will say yesterday, whenever I first found out about it, I had a listener who emailed me and said, hey, go check out this website. Tobin Tannehill's up. Maybe you can help him. And so I posted it. And Tobin was in second place, and he was only like 5 or 10 percentage points behind. And all of a sudden, this other player who had no votes caught on and just started blowing everyone out of the water.
Really?
Really.
I was looking at if you go, because I voted yesterday too, if you go in there and look at those stats, I mean, there's some amazing players in Texas.
Well, it's the talent level, though. I mean, it's you have good players, you have great players, and then you have players who are just filling roles. It's kind of like the minor league baseball thing.
Right.
You have players who just they're just out there. They're playing their hearts out, but band is the same way. I don't know if you've ever been in bands, but you have the truly talented band members, and then you have the people who they just let participate and can't hold the tune in a bucket.
Right.
So, and it's the same thing. So what you do is when you get these great players out on the field against against some people who are just out there, I mean, it is absolutely, I mean, they can do some amazing things and put up huge stats.
Right. Like Tobin's stats were one of the top stats, as far as his, I think he had more rushing yards than any of the other quarterbacks that were up for, vote. And his passing yards were up there, up towards the top. Of course, he didn't have the most passing yards, but the quarterback that had the more passing yards than him didn't have as much rushing yards.
Yeah.
He didn't rush near as much. But there was one quarterback on there that had rushed for something just ridiculous, or passed for 540 yards or something.
Right.
Did you see that? Yeah, just something ridiculous for a high school quarterback to pass. It was just, wow.
That's bullying, right?
Pretty much. I mean, at some point, I mean, he's just...
The secondary is going to have to hold a press conference and say, quit bullying me.
Exactly. I mean, there has... And that's the thing, is that quarterback's getting all the recognition for that. But in a situation like that, he probably has one receiver that runs like a 4.2 40 and is 7 foot tall. Yeah. And he just tosses it up to him every time, and that's how he gets so many yards.
That's the way it works in high school football, though. I mean, it just you get a couple talented players on one team, and you can just outclass the other team, and it happens.
You typically don't have, a college-style offensive line. I mean, there's some schools that have some really great offensive lines, but usually it works out to where when you get a good line in there, they're all in the same class. You'll have 5 seniors that are just outstanding, but they're going to graduate. And then that next year you might not have such a good line, so you have to have those, those key players that step up. And,
right.
And they're the ones that end up making a lot of the plays, and that offensive line doesn't get any recognition at all, which is real sad.
Yeah.
Like, it's a sad story because they do a lot of work down there. Like, that's the toughest job on the field. I mean, in my opinion, quarterback's tough because you have to know everybody's job, everybody's position. But as an offensive lineman, you're just, man, that's work.
You just don't get the glory for being an offensive line person. But if you're bad at it, everybody's going to know because the quarterback's going to be laying on his back a lot, running for his life, all that type of stuff.
Right.
But I don't know how long the voting is up on this Tobin Tannehill thing, but I think if Big Spring got behind it, they could at least have him make a run for his money. But he won the award that he probably wanted most, which was the KBST Sonic Player of the Game. Tobin Tannehill and Hunter Hill, they were both players of the game, and you're gonna present those guys with awards tomorrow at the pep rally.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out at the pep rally tomorrow morning. They're at the Steers gym, and that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah,
the first one of the season. That's always fun.
Yeah, bring us some photos back from that. That's gonna be pretty cool.
I'm gonna take some photos of that. I'm excited about that. It'll be at 9:45 is when the pep rally is there.
Okay.
Steers gym.
And not only are we gonna have Steers, we're gonna have Steers here. We're gonna start it off with the Pigskin Prediction Show. We'll have Steers. Pregame's probably going to start about 7:15. Kickoff at 7:30. They're going to be over in Monaghan's facing the
Lobos.
They're the Lobos, but I think they call their team the Mean Green.
Do they?
I think they do.
Oh, wow.
So, and then over on 1490, we're going to have Kahoma over facing McCamey, the Badgers.
That's right.
And we're going to have a new crew starting a new tradition over for Kahoma football. Calling that.
That's right. Josh Caudell and Adrian Abrego is the new team out there. And nice. I'm excited to hear that. That's going to be a fun broadcast there on the mighty 1490 KBST AM. That'll be a lot of fun listening to those guys. And Kahoma, they got the big win over Forest Hen 6-2 last Friday night in the Howard County Bowl. They're looking to do big things, and this should be a good test for them going out there to McCamey, or McCamey coming out there and taking on Kahoma. That should be a good game.
I think so.
I think it's going to be very, very interesting. And then Stanton's going to be on the road again. They got a big win over Kermit on the road this past Friday, and they have their second straight road trip. They're going to be going out to Kermit.
Right. No, they went to Kermit last.
Or they're going to be going to Wink. Sorry.
Yeah, they're going to Wink, which is I think just a little bit south of Kermit, right?
Yeah, I mean it's basically traveling the same distance almost on the road, and that's tough in high school to travel that much. Be on the road.
Kermit Part 2.
Basically, pretty much.
Speaking of Kermit, did you see? Everybody knows that Kermit has a huge Kermit the Frog on their water tower, right?
Right.
Well, they decided no, we don't want that here anymore.
Yeah, the locals don't like that.
They started painting over it yesterday. I saw that on the news, and I was like, wow. And then I forgot how much money it costs to paint over the Kermit the Frog. But they're going to put the Yellow Jacket up, which is their high school mascot.
Yeah.
And they're going to put it back on the water tower. And they're spending like over $100,000 repainting this water tower just because somebody doesn't like Kermit the Frog.
Well, and the thing is it's most of their community wasn't happy with that Kermit the Frog. And
really?
I want to know where it originated from, who decided to put that up on there, because
what happened is a couple years ago, I forgot which birthday it was, Disney was celebrating Kermit the Frog's birthday.
Oh, okay.
And so they actually went to a bunch of towns named Kermit, and I think Kermit, Texas was one of the first ones that they stopped at during this birthday tour.
Yeah.
And so they named one of the roads Kermit the Frog Drive or something, and then they painted the Kermit the Frog on the water tower to kind of commemorate this.
So basically what happened in Kermit, Texas is Disney called them up and was like, hey, we're going to give you a bunch of publicity and paint a Kermit the Frog on your water tower. And they're like, yeah, come on, Disney. Look at us. Woo, woo, Kermit the Frog. All right, they're gone. Let's take it down. Like, that's basically what just happened.
But I thought the Muppets weren't Disney. I thought they were the Hanson brothers.
They are, but Disney purchased them, just like Disney purchased Marvel. Disney
Star
purchased
Wars.
Okay, I got so confused. I was like, what? My whole life has been a lie.
No, pretty much, if it's a cartoon or a puppet, it's Disney or DreamWorks.
Pixar.
No, Disney owns Pixar.
Yeah.
Well,
they own them now too.
Disney owns everybody.
Well,
That's
Disney
crazy.
owns ABC,
he's not even
ESPN.
alive anymore, and he's still trying to take over the world.
I'm pretty sure in some way Disney owns some stock in my life as well. So
Disney somehow owns KBST, probably.
I don't know, but I love all those.
no,
Disney
we're
stores.
locally owned. Let's squash that rumor right there. But it is completely that was the history I was given. I don't know how accurate it was, but that's the history I was given. But it's kind of funny that they spent all this money to repaint it. And I was watching CBS 7 while they were doing a story, and the residents were kind of like baffled by it. They were like, we kind of like it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's like a what is not a milestone.
I mean, if it was Miss Piggy painted on your water tower, yeah, paint over it.
Nobody likes Miss Piggy.
But Kermit? Who doesn't like Kermit the Frog?
I don't know. And that's the thing. Like they're prideful about them Yellow Jackets. And I've always heard complaints ever since I heard about that Kermit being up there. I've always just heard bad things and people complaining about it.
Well, we don't have a steer on our water tower, do we?
We have the BSS with the stair in the middle, I think.
Do we?
I think. Yeah, they just repainted that thing.
One of the big ones out on the interstate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I don't even recall seeing a water tower.
Really?
Really?
It's right there by Bluebell. It's a big
wait. I do remember seeing that one.
You saw what?
Wow. Yeah, there's a water tower right there.
Hey, before we get off to our break, I do have to talk about this. A local business, and I'm not going to name the business, but a local business has a burrito challenge. And I don't know if you guys seen this. They have it's kind of like a man versus food competition.
Ooh.
You know how this guy used to go and like eat these massive portions, and kind of like the steakhouse over in Amarillo. They give you like 74-ounce steak, and if you can eat it all, it's free. If not, you got to pay like a lot of money. Well, there's one of these here in Big Spring, and it's I think it's like a burrito, and I'm telling you, the burrito is probably the size of this when it's rolled up. It's like that. It has 2 pounds of potatoes inside this burrito, along with meat and beans and all kinds of stuff. And
that sounds like a good time.
I think you have to eat it in like 15, 20 minutes. It is a massive burrito, and I just want to know, I mean, would you tackle something like that?
No.
No?
No.
How about you, Heather?
I'm like at war with myself. I don't know.
I'm not a fast eater.
A giant burrito sounds amazing.
A giant burrito.
It sounds awesome, but I don't know about 2 pounds of potatoes.
A giant breakfast burrito sounds good about now.
Yeah, like sausage, egg, and cheese, I could nail it. But like meat, potato, beans, and stuff, that's too much.
We're located at 608 Johnson. It does sound amazing right now. Subliminal message. Subliminal message. Subliminal message.
Bring us burritos.
I thought that was pretty neat that Big Spring actually has a challenge. A business put together a cool little challenge. I mean,
that's really cool.
I don't think that many people are going to attempt it, just for the simple fact that it's an enormous burrito. You can feed a family of like 8 on this burrito.
Wow. That's a lot right there. That's insane right there. I'm going to have to try that out. Hey, we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be back with more Gooney in the Morning right here on KBST, AM and FM.
Established almost 80 years ago, the Parks Agency is one of the oldest privately held insurance firms in the state of Texas. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson. Having lived in Big Spring all my life, Big Spring is my hometown. I encourage the growth we are seeing, but I also want to keep things local. We represent a variety of different insurance companies, so we can compare coverage and price to give you, the customer, the absolute best possible value. So instead of being tied down to only one insurance company, come by 900 Main and let us show you the difference of going with an experienced local independent agent.
This is Tumbleweed Smith. My program, The Sound of Texas, covers things that make Texas what it is. People, stories, songs, folklore, history, characters, small towns, unique events, and legends. I love doing the program. I've never thought of it as work. It's pure fun for me. I'm glad to be on KBST in Big Spring. Listen weekdays right after the 8 o'clock morning news, sponsored by Churchwell Insurance and Choate Well Service.
I'm Danny Flanagan. Some topics are easy to talk about. Cremation isn't one of them. But when planning a funeral, it's a good idea to consider all the choices. At Nally Pickle & Welch Funeral Home and Crematory, we can help. If you're considering cremation, we can explain all the alternatives for a dignified, personalized service. Did you know that with cremation, you can still have a visitation, memorial gathering, interment, and all the regular funeral services? Contact Nally Pickle & Welch for a free brochure on cremation and cost. We'll answer all your concerns.
Are you looking for an experienced general dentist who can meet virtually all of your dental needs without having to go out of town? Dr. David Ward can. Of course, he and his team gently provide cleanings, beautiful white fillings, crowns and bridges, dentures and partials, but Dr. Ward also does all of the following: sedation, orthodontics, root canal treatment, implants to replace teeth and retain dentures, oral surgery, including wisdom teeth and implant placement, and laser gum surgery. Dr. Ward can even provide wonderful relief to some medical problems, including snoring, sleep apnea, migraines, and TMJ pain with highly effective FDA-approved therapies. At Dr. Ward's, most insurances are filed and accepted with copay. Qualified no-interest financing is also available. His high-tech office is in the beautiful historic Rock House on the corner of 15th and Scurry. See his website at davidwarddds.com. Dr. David Ward. Gentle, beautiful, high-tech dentistry right here in Big Spring.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With second grade coming in 2014, registration is now open. They provide a BECA curriculum with certified loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
We'll save you money at Allen's Gallery of Furniture and Appliances. Your brand source. Lazy Boy, Ashley, Lane, Best, Sealy, Mayo, Hooker, and many more. Will not be undersold on the best selection and prices in the area. Allen's, 202 Scurry, downtown Big Spring, will save you money. Wow!
This is the stop sign of Texas.
Next exit is your $6 DQ steak stop. Choose a DQ Dew chicken fried steak sandwich with golden fries and a tall, refreshing drink. Or a DQ steak finger country basket with creamy home-style gravy, crispy fries, Texas toast, and a big old cold drink. Your choice, just $6. DQ! This is the stop sign of Texas.
Put on your boots, put on your bling, or mix them together. But come on out for the 70th Annual United Way of Big Spring and Howard County Kickoff at the Big Spring Country Club, September 6th. There will be live music from AC and the Heaters, a silent auction, heavy hors d'oeuvres, and this year we added a live auction with Jay Hendricks as our celebrity auctioneer.
It's all new tonight at 6 o'clock.
The event kicks off at 6 p.m. Tickets are $25 per person. Get your tickets today from any board member or stop by 215 West 3rd Street.
Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he's not doing the truffle shuffle. It's Gooney in the Morning on KBEST 95.7.
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning here on KBSC AM and FM. It is Thursday, September 4th, 6:48 here at the KBS Studios. Gooney here with you this morning. We got Heather in the house.
Hey, guys.
That's better. Charles Gooney with us.
It is Thursday.
So you can always tell whenever Heather's a little more awake. The voice starts coming in a little bit.
Well, when I'm really tired, my voice is just like, nope, we're too tired to work.
It's kind of like bad radio reception. You got to keep turning the knob until you dial it in.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Hey, you know, there's a new survey that's saying that about 70% of parents say that they have fears about, you know, the recent rise in school shootings and just natural disaster, stuff like that. Basically, they're just worried with their kids at school. Like that's how many 70% of parents are just worrying that when their kids go to school every day.
I'm gonna have to agree. I mean, you just have to worry about your kids anyway.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it seems like
I don't think my parents ever cared about me because I look back at some of the things that they let me do whenever I was little, and I truly sometimes am conflicted. I don't think that they cared about me. Yeah. However, my child doesn't get to do anything. It's almost like she's in a prison camp.
Right.
And we've actually thought about, like, every time one of these school shootings happens, you always think about what can you do to kind of help and everything.
Right.
And we've looked into, they sell a Kevlar backpack that actually is bulletproof.
Oh, wow.
And it's one of those things that you would think that your kid would never need.
Right.
But they do sell this. I mean, it's completely amazing.
Wow.
That they sell a bulletproof backpack.
That's pretty amazing.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And, you know, Kellen, this is his first year of kindergarten, so that's something that we've never really had to think about until, you know, this year. Of course, you see all the tragic things that happen, you know, on the news with the shootings and stuff like that, but you never really think about it until you have your own kids that are in school. And now that Kellen's there, it's something that we've had to think about. And, you know, at that age, that's when they're getting to, really learn, their address and phone numbers and stuff like that, who to contact. And that's something important. That's what we've like, oh man, we've got to get to where he knows all of this stuff in case something happens. And that's one of the things, 70% say that of parents say that they're fearful of this, but 42% say that they have no kind of, idea where their meeting spot will be if there's a disaster or any kind of plan in place at all. So, the majority of people seem to have a plan, or they're lying about it and just saying, yeah, we have one. But
do you have a plan?
No, I mean, we really don't. That's something that I've never thought about. If there's a tornado or something like that, what are we going to do? I know the school takes care of the kids.
He said run?
Panic. Yeah, right.
Sorry, that took me a while to get that, but that was funny.
But yeah, that's something that, my wife and I, we've never even really thought about. We haven't talked about that. What if, a tornado hits? What do we do? Where do we go? What do we, when Kellen's at school? Or what if
I'm in radio. I'm going to go to the radio station.
See, that's the thing. That's where we went last time.
That is my plan.
I grabbed the kids, and we came straight up here whenever there's bad weather. But like when they're at school, if there's a school shooting, what are we going to do? I mean, there's really not much you can do as a parent other than panic and sit there and freak out a little bit because – it's not like you're going to get into the school and Rambo everybody and save the day. You can't necessarily do that, which we are in West Texas. Like, that's possible.
That is very possible. But, yeah, it's one of those things you just don't think about until it's probably happening, or maybe even a little bit after that a little bit of planning comes forth. I have an 8-year-old, and, I mean, we've already given her a cell phone. And we're like, you carry the cell phone with you. She brings it to school. She knows not to pull it out at school, but she has a cell phone, and she knows her numbers and addresses. It's pretty scary whenever you have a kid that little and you actually put them on the bus.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if they're going to get off the bus at the right place.
See, and that's one of the things is Kellen's already done that because his nephew, or my nephew, his cousin. Yeah, Kellen's kind of growing up quick. No, but his cousin is in his same. I mean, they're in class together and they ride the bus home together because they live just a few blocks over. Well, the first few days of school, Kellen got off the bus at his house. And that's a scary situation to know that the bus driver just let him get off right there. Like, why? No.
You know where he lives.
Yeah, he lives at our house. Like, that's where he lives. And that's a scary situation because the first few days of school are so hectic that situations like that happen. And my son's 5 years old. Like, luckily, it was my sister that he got off the bus with. You know what I mean? And then she was there and she brought him over to the house. But that's terrifying right there. And another terrifying statistic is that 60% of parents aren't familiar at all with the guidelines of their child's school that they have in place. That's a lot of parents.
Some people just don't care.
Yeah.
School is kind of like daycare to some people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not like this. I don't think there's anybody like this in the room.
Right.
But there are some people who are just basically, you go to school and they're your problem. And I think that's a lot what's wrong with people just not knowing, not caring, not taking the initiative to go up there and just kind of see what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, man. I know one thing. My wife is not like that. Like, she sits at home and she sits there and goes through Kellen's schedule during the day, and she's like, all right, he's having science time right
now. He's in kindergarten. I mean, what kind of schedule does he have?
He has a schedule. Like, I'm telling you,
he has, like, breakfast, lunch, nap,
and go home.
No, they do science and math, and they do all of that before lunch. Like, they do all of their basic learning skills, all that before lunch, and then they have their lunch and then come back and have nap time, and then after that they'll have like music one day or library time, or they kind of rotate between that, and then they have PE. And
that's pretty cool. Here at the elementary schools in third grade, as early as third grade, they're already switching classes. I was amazed.
Wow.
That they don't. I mean, I have one teacher all the way up until I think sixth grade, seventh grade.
Yeah. Wow.
Sixth grade here, we were changing classes. That's when we started changing classes. Was sixth grade.
And now they're doing it for third grade.
That is crazy. Wow.
Possibly even second.
Yeah, that's nuts. Hey, be sure to get your birthdays in to our Facebook page, facebook.com/KBS957. We'll have that along with your school lunches and your sweetheart of the day when we return. We got TSN coming up on KBST AM and FM.
TSN News, I'm Mitch Carr. Tesla Motors has apparently selected Nevada over Texas and 3 other states for its $5 billion battery factory. The reports Wednesday drew only a curt response from Governor Rick Perry's office. Tesla is expected to announce its decision at 5 this afternoon Central Time in Carson City, Nevada. Texas game wardens are finding a lot more marijuana cultivating fields in rural areas, and TSN's Cameron Fairchild reports many people are stumbling across these hidden farms that seem to be out in the middle of nowhere.
In recent cases, game wardens were notified by landowners or lease hunters that someone was growing marijuana on property they owned or had access to. Mike Cox with Texas Parks and Wildlife says the marijuana growers often protect their fields with sophisticated booby traps.
These operations and the people who do them can be dangerous, and so with hunting season just around the corner, we want to urge anyone who takes to the woods to keep in mind that this is a possibility, and if they see something suspicious, we'll get out of the area and contact their local 911 and let law enforcement check it out.
Cox says these operations break a lot of laws, including trespassing, destruction of natural habitat, violation of pollution statutes, and illegal dumping. Cameron Fairchild, TSN News.
There will be 2 chances for Texas voters to compare Greg Abbott and Wendy Davis. The candidates for governor have agreed to a second debate after Abbott had backed out of one of the face-to-face meetings, citing format issues. The 2 debates now on the schedule will be held September 19th in McAllen and September 30th in Dallas. The American Civil Liberties Union has filed a complaint against the Austin School District. It has to do with new single-sex schools that just opened.
ACLU Senior Staff Attorney Adriana Pinon says the district is discriminating against students based on sex and race, and that's against the law.
The documents that we reviewed indicate that the district, in planning for the opening of these schools, relied on widely debunked pseudoscience about differences in the way boys and girls learn.
Pinon says the district chose 2 of the city's lowest income minority schools and didn't give parents a meaningful opportunity to opt out. The ACLU is asking the U.S. Department of Education to investigate the schools and take any steps necessary to address violations. In Austin, Diane Hodges, TSN News.
The booming oil and gas development in South Texas has prompted some school districts to consider raising the pay for bus drivers because they're having trouble finding people, since they can get work in the Eagle Ford Shale for up to $20 per hour as a starting wage. The Corpus Christi Regional Transportation Authority Board plans to meet to discuss safety and attendance incentives. This is TSN News.
I remember our old country home, clean fresh air and flowers growing in the fields along the path beside our swimming hole. Mama hollering through the screen, would you kids like some homemade ice cream? That was such a simpler time and place. Bluebell tastes just like the good old days.
The best place to find an old-fashioned malt shop chocolate malt is in your grocer's freezer. That's where you'll discover Bluebell's new malt shop ice cream. Half gallons of rich chocolate malt ice cream loaded with milk chocolate-coated malted milk balls. Too thick for a straw.
Bluebell tastes just like the good old days.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
Workers at McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, and other chains could be walking off the jobs today. Labor organizers of the latest national protest want to push the companies to pay their employees at least $15 an hour. They say they're planning to engage today in nonviolent civil disobedience. The Justice Department could announce today that it will be investigating the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department following the shooting death of an unarmed 18-year-old by a white police officer. A person briefed on the matter says federal investigators plan to look at the police department's pattern of stops, arrests, and use of force over the years. And Russia's foreign minister is warning that Ukraine's NATO ambitions are threatening to derail peace talks in eastern Ukraine, set to begin again tomorrow. I'm Mitch Carr on the Texas State Network. This is TSN.
With news every hour, this is KBST AM and FM, Big Spring.
Here's the latest from ABC.
ABC News, I'm Richard Davies. If you want a burger, you might have to go through a crowd of protesters today. Fast food workers are calling on restaurants to pay them a higher wage. Labor groups have organized protests around the country. Here's ABC's Scott Goldberg.
They're asking for $15 an hour in an industry where the Labor Department says the average is about $9 an hour. And this time they say there will be civil disobedience, sit-ins in some cities, meaning some workers could get arrested.
Police have handcuffed some protesters in Detroit this morning who blocked traffic as part of the demonstration. President Obama and Britain's Prime Minister Cameron say they will not be cowed by Islamic fighters who have murdered 2 American journalists. A NATO summit meeting is being held today in Wales. ABC's Ann Compton is there.
Western leaders at times talk tough about ISIS, demanding that the ruthless forces be stopped, destroyed, even squeezed out of existence. But they at times all seem to hedge their bets. President Obama declaring ISIS must be a manageable problem. Prime Minister Cameron saying military action should be patiently delivered. NATO Secretary General says they are open to a request for military help from Iraq. Ann Compton, ABC News, Cardiff, Wales.
The Justice Department is opening a civil rights investigation into police practices in Ferguson, Missouri. The St. Louis suburb faced days of protests over the killing of 18-year-old Michael Brown. Among the questions for federal investigators:
does the department have a history of excessive force, discriminatory activity against a certain minority group? Have there been other complaints filed against him?
ABC News analyst Brad Garrett, a former FBI agent. The World Health Organization says the death toll from Ebola in West Africa is now more than 1,900. The outbreak from the virus continues to grow. This is ABC News.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MY-TV. That's 877-319-MY-TV.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MY-TV. That's 877-319-MY-TV.
In recent days, there's been a pretty big fuss over the knee defender, invented by a guy who objected to people reclining their airline seats. ABC's Sherry Preston has more about what he's saying now.
James Beach is the guy who introduced many of us this week to the Knee Defender, a $22 product that keeps the seat of the person in front of you on an airplane from fully reclining. He says in hindsight, he didn't handle the whole thing very well. The woman in front of him was so mad at not being able to lean back, she threw a soda all over his laptop. He says he wishes the flight hadn't been diverted, but he does plan to use his Knee Defender in the future. He says he may ask a little more politely next time, and if the other person does object, he'll try to work out a compromise. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Investigators in Oklahoma expected today to release the findings of an April execution that went wrong. Clayton Lockett died of a heart attack 43 minutes after being given 3 lethal drugs. I'm Richard Davies, ABC News.
At Elrod's Furniture, our floor display sale has spilled over to the mattress department. We have taken markdowns up to $1,000 off of some of the Tempur-Pedic mattresses to bring in new models. Hurry in for the best selection because these items are subject to prior sale. See why Tempur-Pedic gives more personalized comfort with fewer pressure points, less tossing and turning, and less motion transfer for undisturbed sleep. You can see why it's the most highly recommended bed in America. And don't forget, we have a few marked down floor displays in our sofa, dining room, and bedroom departments. Remember, we offer layaway on most of the items that we sell. So come in for a no-pressure shopping experience at Elrod's Furniture, Big Spring's oldest, largest, finest furniture store with the best brands and best prices at 2309 Scurry Street.
It's
It's never too late to enroll at New Hope Christian School for newborns through 12. New Hope offers a Becca curriculum with loving Christian teachers, after-school care, and transportation available for most area schools. Hot, nutritious breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack provided. Stop by 118 Cedar Road or go to newhopebigspring.com. That's www.newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference New Hope can make in your child's future.
We're sending you back to the future.
Your child's future depends on their education, and Nazarene Christian Academy continues to provide you with a choice in that education. With kindergarten, first grade, and second grade coming in 2014, they provide a Becca curriculum with certified, loving Christian teachers. For more information, go to newhopebigspring.com. See what a difference Nazarene Christian Academy can make in your child's future.
Hi, I'm Joyce at Choate Well Service. I know some witches. No, not Halloween witches. Water well witches. Choate Well Service has witches. If water is there, Choate Well Service can find them. For your water well needs, call us, Choate Well Service, 393-5231. We're the best in the business, and we have witches.
I remember our old country home, clean fresh air and flowers growing in the fields along the path beside our swimming hole. Mama hollering through the screen, would you kids like some homemade ice cream? That was such a simpler time and place. Bluebell tastes just like the good old days.
The best place to find an old-fashioned malt shop chocolate malt is in your grocer's freezer. That's where you'll discover Bluebell's new malt shop ice cream. Half gallons of rich chocolate malt ice cream loaded with milk chocolate-coated malted milk balls. Too thick for a straw.
Bluebell tastes just like the good old days.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Stripes convenience stores and United Supermarket in Snyder.
Okay, everyone, here it is. If I can't beat any deal on a new Ford, I will just give it to you. I've been trying to convince everyone to just give us a shot. Shop right here in Big Spring at Big Spring Ford, and still people are spending more money to buy somewhere else. So repeat that. If Big Spring Ford can't beat any written deal on a new Ford, I will just give it to you. Bad to the bone. That's right. It is time for everyone to buy all of their Fords right here in Big Spring at Big Spring Ford. We have every financing option available, so we can get you financed. We have great people who will take care of you. A service department that will do everything they can to fix your vehicle right the first time and get it back to you as soon as possible. We want to earn your business and keep all of that tax money right here to help the people of Big Spring. So come see us at Big Spring Ford, and remember, if we can't beat any deal on a new Ford, we will just give it to you.
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Last week, the Big Spring Steers escaped a shootout in San Angelo with Kerrville. Tobin Tannehill stepped on the field, down 4 points with just 26 ticks left on the clock, and threw up a Hail Mary.
Tannehill takes a snap, and he's looking. He has to run out of the pocket, and he throws it deep into the end zone. They have several players back there. It's a touchdown! Right! Woo! Oh, my goodness! They called a touchdown. Who caught that ball?
When the smoke cleared, Hunter Hill had the ball, and the Steers won 58-56. This week, the Steers travel to Monahans to face their former district rival. It's Steers versus Lobos. This is Big Spring football on the best place for Steers sports, KBS 95.7. Game starts at 7:30 this Friday, following the KBST Pigskin Prediction Show. With the news you need, when you need it. Howard County's news leader, your KBest Radio Group News.
Good morning. I'm Charles Sagona with your KBest Radio Group News. It is Thursday, September 4th. The time is 7:10. 74 degrees at the KBS studios. I'll have your complete weather forecast coming up. Yesterday morning at approximately 4:30, the Big Spring Police Department and Howard County Sheriff's Office SWAT team executed a search warrant at 713 Lorilla. The search warrant was the result of an investigation conducted by the Big Spring Police Department's narcotics unit after receiving information of drug sales and probable location of Theodore Rios, who was wanted for parole violation and was considered armed and dangerous. The search of the residence produced a quantity of methamphetamine and currency. The following were arrested as a result of the search warrant: Theodore Rios, Class A and C assault warrants, along with a parole violation. David Ray Gonzalez, possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. Kendra Lynn Brown, possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. Paul Stephen Meh, possession of drug paraphernalia. Kelly Moana Wharf, possession of drug paraphernalia. The Big Spring Police Department tells KBST News that this is an ongoing investigation and no further information is available. The Big Spring City Council will hold a special meeting today at 5:30 in the City Council chambers at 307 East 4th Street. On the agenda is the first of 2 public hearings on the proposed tax rate for the 2015 fiscal year. The city is proposing a tax rate of 86.5 cents per $100 valuation, which is the same as the expiring rate. Because of the large increase in property valuations, the new rate is expected to bring in more than $800,000 in additional revenue. This increase is expected to pay for several projects, including water and sewer line replacement, water treatment plant upgrades, a new fire truck, landfill work, and a 2% pay raise for all city workers. Fallen heroes from the Big Spring area will be honored at the annual September 11th memorial service next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. in the Springtown Plaza, formerly the Big Spring Mall. U.S. Army veteran Mike Tarpley built the memorial 8 years ago. Each year he hangs a flag over the yellow ribbons that represent a soldier, sailor, or a Marine who died while serving. Tarpley never intended for the memorial he built to last this long. He originally planned to do it just 1 year, but he explains that everyone liked it too much to stop. The Stanton ISD tells our news partners at CBS 7 that enrollment is reaching 1,000 students and that work on new facilities can't start fast enough. Enrollment this year is at an all-time high, and the need for the extra space is even more apparent. In an election earlier this year, Martin County voters passed a bond to build new school facilities and upgrade current facilities. There is no word on when the project will get underway. The Big Spring Chamber of Commerce gave a thank you for your investment in our community to Express Employment Professional yesterday. Express Employment Professional is located at 710 South Gregg Street in the same building as a FortiCare Urgent Clinic. KBST News spoke to Debbie Valverde, and she said that a chamber business will be honored each week for their involvement in the community. The Comanche Warrior Triathlon is this Saturday. Regular registration ends tomorrow at 8 p.m. If you are interested in participating, you can still sign up at onetorace.com. Packet pickups and on-site registration is from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow at the Dora Roberts Community Center. There will be a practice swim tomorrow at 6 p.m. Registration is available on Saturday morning, but race day registrants will not be eligible for the award ceremony, although their times will still count. Because of the triathlon, the Comanche Trail Park will close on Saturday at 7 a.m. and will reopen at 1 p.m. Runners will be throughout the park, and closure is necessary for the safety of the athletes. Golfers are asked to use the Parkway Street entrance to the golf course during this time. The Heritage Museum of Big Spring invites you to an evening of wine and art next Saturday, September 13th from 5 to 7 p.m. This event kicks off the 2014 endowment campaign. The museum is a nonprofit institution and relies on the support of our community through grants, memberships, and donations to continue operating. The Heritage Museum will also be celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Big Spring Art Association, exhibiting artwork from local artists. For more information, contact Tammy Schreckengast at 267-8255. In obituaries today, Winnie Bobo Dodson, 74, of Coahoma, died Monday, September 1st at Scenic Mountain Medical Center. The family will receive friends from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. tonight at Myers & Smith Funeral Home. Funeral services will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow at First Baptist Church of Coahoma, with burial in Coahoma Cemetery. Undine Knodel, 86, died Wednesday. Graveside services will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Trinity Memorial Park Peace Chapel. Arrangements are by Myers and Smith Funeral Home. This is your KBS Radio Group News. We'll be back with more sports and your weather right after this.
We have a promise to keep with this community. Our pledge of respect for your family and your needs at every funeral arrangement.
A funeral is a time that calls for consideration.
For that reason, we won't consider anyone else. For a full range of services with sensitivity, compassion, and respect.
Myers and Smith Funeral Home and Chapel.
Pastor Courtney Ballard and the good folks at the Circuit Riders Cowboy Church of Howard County would like to invite you and your family to their Sunday worship services at 10 o'clock. Bible study begins at 9. Cowboy Church is located south of Big Spring at 5108 Nichols Road, and that's across the street from the Elbow Elementary School at the corner of Farm Road 818 and Nichols Road. Dress is casual. Come join us for old-time gospel and country songs. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.
KBST News time is 7:16. The temperature is 74 degrees at the KBS studios. Your full weather forecast is coming up. But first, Clay Gooney Vickers with your sports.
Thanks, Charles. Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers lost their third straight to the Royals last night, 4-1. They kick off a new 4-game series in Arlington against the Mariners with the first pitch tonight at 7:05, and you can hear that game on the mighty 1490 KBST AM. The Houston Astros got a big win last night over the Angels, 4-1. They won that series 2-0. They're going to take the night off tonight before their 3-game series in Oakland against the Athletics Friday night. In minor league baseball, the Midland Rockhounds are in the postseason. They played in Frisco last night and lost 3-7. Game 2 of that possible 5-game series is tonight in Frisco at 7:05, and the Hounds head back to Midland on Friday night. In your local sports, we got some JV football going on tonight. Forsan's going to be at home against Plains with the 6 o'clock kickoff. Stanton's going to be home against Wink with that game starting at 6. Cahoma's traveling to McCamey to take on the Badgers at 6 o'clock, and Big Spring's going to be playing at home against the Monahans Lobos with the 6:30 kickoff. Lady Steers volleyball, the JV team's going to travel to Lamesa Friday and Saturday for the Lamesa tournament. For more information, log on to kbsmedia.com. This is Gooney in the KBS Sports Center.
Thank you, Gooney. And your weather forecast for today, mostly sunny with a high near 92. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 74. Tomorrow, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with the low around 70. On Saturday, an 80% chance of thunderstorms, highs in the upper 80s, lows in the lower 60s. More Gooney in the morning is on the way.
This is your Action News reporter again at the scene of Back in Motion Chiropractic, where another amazing incident seems to have occurred. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened here at Back in Motion?
Yeah, I did. He looked like an ordinary man, but I believe he was a superhero. He took Ethel's head and adjusted her neck real gentle-like, and she came out a-smiling. Took her pain away in a flash. Come back here, Ethel!
There you have it. Pain has once again been eliminated at Back in Motion Chiropractic.
We'll save you money at Allen's Gallery of Furniture and Appliances. Your brand source. Lazy Boy, Ashley, Lane, Best, Sealy, Mayo, Hooker, and many more. Will not be undersold on the best selection and prices in the area. Allen's, 202 Scurry, downtown Big Spring, will save you money. Wow!
Hey, baseball brings us together. Rockhounds Playoff Baseball presented by Basic Energy Services. The Hounds will host the Frisco Rough Riders for as many as 3 games, September 5th, 6th, and 7th. September 5th is Thirsty Friday with half-price beverages, and the game on Saturday, September 6th, will be followed by a fireworks show. Check our website, MidlandRockhounds.org, for updates. Rockhounds Playoff Baseball, September 5th, 6th, and 7th, sponsored by KMID Big 2.
This is
the stop sign of Texas.
Next exit is your $6 DQ steak stop. Choose a DQ Dude chicken fried steak sandwich with golden fries and a tall, refreshing drink. Or a DQ steak finger country basket with creamy home-style gravy, crispy fries, Texas toast, and a big old cold drink. Your choice, just $6.
DQ, this is the stop sign of Texas.
This is Margie Carpenter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my program, Ryan Fence, named after that column I did back in the 70s. Ever since 1994, it's been on this radio station the last Wednesday of the month at 8:15 in the morning. We talk about what's happening in Big Spring. We talk about sometimes what ought to be happening in Big Spring. But most of all, we talk about what used to happen in Big Spring because it has so much history.
Hear the history and more on Ride and Fence with Marge Carpenter every last Wednesday of the month, right here on KBST.
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
It's showtime.
All right, showtime.
Showtime. Showtime.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
Showtime. Showtime. Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Hurry up.
Broadcasting live from the K-Best Studios in the Spring City. It's the morning show you wake up to hear. Gooney in the morning with Gooney.
It's hard to think of words in the morning.
And Heather.
And I'm dyslexic and ADD.
Yeah.
Whoa.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That escalated quickly.
Are you ready? I think crazy what I'm about to say. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's Thursday, September the 4th, 7:21 here at the K-Best Studios. Gooney here with you this morning. I'm going to give a shout out to everybody in Westbrook listening this morning. We got Charles Sagona with us.
What's going on?
It's going. It's almost Friday, and Heather's in the house.
Hey, guys.
Woo! I'm excited that it's almost Friday.
Are you excited it's almost Saturday?
That's what I'm really excited about. Saturday. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Wait. I'm ready for Sunday. Hey, I did swim 500 meters yesterday without stopping.
How far is that?
That's as far as I got to do in the triathlon. That's 20. That's 20 total lengths of the pool.
So you can actually make it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I can make it. Like, I didn't stop swimming. I pushed off a little bit from the sides of the pool.
Right.
But I really didn't push off hard because I know I'm not going to be able to do that in the lake. I just did it to turn around, basically.
Well, you just push off somebody else.
Yeah. Right. Just use Craig.
That is probably not proper triathlon etiquette.
Probably not. But yeah, I was impressed. Like, I backstroked a couple times. Like, I probably backstroked a total of 25 meters out of the total 500 just to stay afloat. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. I didn't go ride a bike and run afterwards, so we'll see how
you just got to put it all together is what you're telling me.
All combined, it might be pretty difficult, yeah. But yeah, I did the 500 meters, so I might not drown. I'm impressed there.
Drowned?
I'm pretty impressed, too.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be okay.
And you know what? We're proud of you for stepping up, raising money for the YMCA.
Well, thanks, man. We got to raise some more, though. We need some folks to drop off some money here at the station. 608 Johnson. Come drop off some money for the Y, even if it's just a couple dollars on your lunch break. Just be sure, write a note right now while you're getting ready, or not while you're driving, but while you're getting ready to go to work. Just make a note. I need to drop off a few bucks for the YMCA. They need your help, folks.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this. That's a reason I wanted to do this, was to help out the Y. Let's help them out. Got a couple $100 raised. This is Big Spring. We got some great folks here. I know we can raise a couple thousand in the next couple days.
I agree.
Let's do it.
I agree. Listen to this, Gooney. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it. That's some tickets right there.
I got a stack of tickets here.
Man.
We're going to give them away later.
Awesome.
Get
ready for that.
Probably want to keep listening and write this number down, 263-KBST, 263-5278.
Yeah, when we ask you to call, you better be ready, because these are playoff tickets right here. Rockhound playoff tickets.
For the whole series.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. Not just one game, not two games.
That's awesome.
The entire series.
That's crazy.
So
All right, let's get on to some school lunches. Let's do it.
Where's my music?
Thank you.
Your music's been there the whole time,
I know.
Miss Bossy.
All right, for Big Spring, we have meaty macaroni or chicken nuggets. Actually sounds really good on some chicken nuggets. And for Kahoma, we have chicken enchilada casserole, turkey fajita tacos, chicken fajita taco salad, turkey cheese and wrap with sun chips.
Don't worry, they're going to mix it all up too.
That was horrible. I couldn't do that for some reason. All right, and for Orsan, we have chicken fajita nacho. Actually, no, it's spaghetti, beef, and lasagna. That's weird.
All right.
All right, let me get Sans.
Spaghetti and lasagna is weird.
Well, just the way it was set up is a little weird.
Oh.
It's formatted a little weird.
Yeah, and Sans, we're having chicken nuggets and garden salad.
All right. Hey, I want to remind everybody that every Tuesday we give away free food to Brenda's Hilltop Cafe, a free meal for two. Since today is Thursday, their lunch special from 11 to 3 is hamburger steak or meatloaf. And then tonight from 4 to 8, all-you-can-eat pork chops for only $9.95 down there at Brenda's. They're open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Get on down there and see them. Hey, we got some birthdays also here on the Facebook page. We have Gabriel Ortiz wishing a happy birthday to their mother, Essie Ortiz. Happy birthday, Essie. And Gabriel's little cousin Megan can too in New Deal, Texas. Happy birthday, Megan.
I passed through New Deal. They're the Lions over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Cynthia Martinez wishing a happy third birthday to her nephew, Isaiah Bender. Happy birthday, Isaiah. And Sonia and Cecil Garcia wishing a happy fifth birthday to Marcus Torres. That's from Grandma and Grandpa. Happy birthday, Marcus. If you're having a birthday or an anniversary out there, we here at Gooney in the Morning want to wish you a very special birth-anniversary. Heather, we got a sweetheart for the day?
We do, but I have one very important birthday.
Oh.
Because we work in radio.
Is it mine?
No.
Aww.
Your birthday's not till the 19th.
And we're celebrating it for the next 3 weeks.
Yep.
But anyways.
Happy early birthday, Charles.
Today would have been Paul Harvey's birthday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
So, just so everybody
legendary
knows.
Paul Harvey.
The rest of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, our sweetheart for the day is Miss Sarah Reyes.
Well, congratulations to Sarah Reyes. She's going to be receiving a beautiful rose in a bud vase from the fine folks at Faye's Flowers. If you happen to see Sarah today, congratulate her on getting Sweetheart of the Day. Be sure to thank her for everything she does and give her $1. And remember, if you want to nominate someone for Sweetheart of the Day, it's real simple, real easy to do. All you do is go to kbestmedia.com and click on Sweetheart of the Day right there. Fill it out. And you'll become somebody's hero. Also, while you're there, sign up for Kick for Cash.
Might as well, right?
Yeah, that's an easy way to win $100. You just kick a little field goal. 25 yards? Yeah, it's on the 15.
Yeah, and if you're going to go to the Coleman game tomorrow, might as well sign up because we're going to draw a name tomorrow morning.
That's right.
Own Gooney in the morning at 7 a.m.
Exactly.
In the 7 a.m. hour, and you'll have a chance to win $200.
Yeah, so get on there and sign up. That's $200 right there. Wow.
And it's pretty easy, too.
It really is. Just work on your form. Practice a little bit, though, before you go out there. Do we have the
Sorry.
Old Spice guy here?
I forgot to put my phone
I think the Old Spice guy's on a horse in there.
Is Terry Crew in the lobby? Have you seen the commercial that he does, the muscle music commercial?
It is hilarious, and he's all like, "Let's go!"
That is funny.
Oh, man. I think I tagged you in that video and you on Facebook. I'm
and
not
folks,
sure.
that is why you need the video. Go to YouTube, pull up our video, and watch the live video, and you can see Heather imitate Terry Crew.
Go check it out. Just go to kbestmedia.com. Click that little YouTube button right there.
Get some.
Make it happen.
Also want to remind everyone, school zones are in effect, so be watching out for the kiddos.
Right.
Slow down and don't use your cell phone through school zones. Probably shouldn't use it at all, but especially don't use it through school zones.
You do not want one of those tickets.
You don't want to run over a kid. That's probably really bad on your conscience.
It probably. I'm sure that'd be pretty terrible.
I'm just trying to convince people not to hit a kid.
Yeah, right?
Do it for the kids.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, remember, we got those tickets we're going to be giving away here in just a few minutes, so stay tuned and get ready for your chance to call. You got some pretty cool stuff. It's a pretty cool way to give these away, right?
I do.
Awesome.
We're gonna play Rockhounds or Rangers.
Nice.
And I have Rockhounds tickets, and I also have Rangers tickets. And what I'm going to do is, if you get the question right, I'll let you pick whether you want to go see the Rockhounds or the Rangers.
Wow, that's pretty awesome right there. That's huge. That's awesome. You'll want to do that. Is this going to be like a trivia?
Yeah, it's going to be trivia.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, get that phone number ready, 263-KBST, 263-5278. We're going to be asking for a caller here in just a few minutes on Gooney in the Morning. We got TSN coming up right here on KBST, AM and FM.
Good morning. This is Morning News Break. From the Texas State Network, I'm Chuck Martin reporting. Coming up this Thursday, September 4th.
I don't want to live off the government. I want to be able to go to work just like everybody else and pay my bills.
This fast food worker is among thousands across Texas who want a raise, and they'll be taking to the streets today in order to make that happen. About a dozen Texas cities will see these protests as fast food workers demand $15 an hour. Organizer Kendall Fells with Fast Food Forward.
The fast food industry is a $200 billion industry. They have more than enough money to pay fast food workers $15 an hour.
The National Restaurant Association calls it a union-led stunt to boost dwindling membership. The latest report from the Agriculture Department shows 18% of Texas households experienced food insecurity. That's above the national average of 14%. Sociologist Alicia Coleman Jensen says 6.5% of Texas households were in the low food insecurity range.
In a severe range of food insecurity, people in the household were telling us that their food intake was below levels that they considered appropriate. And they had disruptions in normal eating patterns, meaning that they were skipping meals, in the most severe situations, going a whole day without eating.
Colson Jensen says that 62% of food insecure households are in USDA food assistance programs such as WIC and SNAP. No Tesla for Texas. A number of reports this morning that Tesla executives will be in Carson City, Nevada this afternoon when Governor Brian Sandoval announces the electric car maker has selected a site outside Reno for the much sought-after $5 billion gigafactory that will churn out lithium-ion batteries for a new generation of Tesla cars. And with the decision, 6,500 jobs.
That's what we'd call a multiplier effect of all that when we look at people earning a good wage and a good salary and then spending that money in the community. It multiplies its effect across all kinds of businesses and industries.
Greg Mosier is Dean of the University of Nevada College of Business. Tesla is banking on bringing an affordable next-generation car to the market by mass-producing batteries and lowering the car's costs. The decision a blow to the state's reputation as a job magnet, despite the ample package of economic incentives and cash offered to Tesla. In the end, it was the Texas law preventing car makers from selling directly to consumers, as Tesla does, that Mosier says likely doomed the state's chances. Nevada allows such sales. Much more ahead, including Roger Emmerich Sports and Mike Rogers' Other Side of the News on TSN Morning News Break.
It's fun to drive. It's so much better when you can drive with peace of mind, knowing that all of the parts are functioning properly and you can depend on your vehicle to get you where you're going. It's no fun at all to drive when you're worried about your vehicle's condition, whether or not it will make it to your destination. White knuckle driving is no way to get around. Drive with the security you get when you drive with Auto Parts from West Texas. The folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
United Way of Big Spring in Howard County is ready to kick off its 70th annual campaign September 6th at the Big Spring Country Club. There will be live music from AC and the Heaters, a silent auction, heavy hors d'oeuvres, and a live auction with special guest Jay Hendricks.
Now the plan for the future is a little bit clearer.
The event kicks off at 6 p.m. Tickets are $25 per person and can be purchased from any board member or at our United Way office located at 215 West 3rd. Make sure and grab your tickets today, and we will see you at Boots and Bling.
Joking around.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. A new GFK poll conducted by Rice University shows the percentage of Texans without health insurance dropped after the first enrollment period of the Affordable Care Act.
Professor Vivian Ho says there has been a 2% rise in the uninsured in Texas since the new law took effect. But Ho says that number would be 3 times higher if Texas had accepted federal Medicaid expansion money. But she believes she knows why it's unpopular here.
They are concerned that that could lead to Canadian-style health insurance system or that you see in the United Kingdom.
The small gain in Texans with health insurance was similar to gains in other states that did not expand its Medicaid coverage. James Stanley, TSN News.
The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has rejected Attorney General Greg Abbott's motion to allow a controversial provision of the state's abortion law to take effect, while a judge's ruling that it's unconstitutional is appealed. Joe Poyman of the Texas Alliance for Life is disappointed.
That's very troubling to us because now women are not going to be given the protection to their health and safety when they're undergoing abortion in the way that the legislature and Governor Rick Perry intended.
The provision would require abortion clinics to meet the standards of ambulatory surgical centers. The full Fifth Circuit will hear the state's arguments tomorrow. Well, there'll be two chances for Texas voters to compare Greg Abbott and Wendy Davis, the two vying to succeed Rick Perry as governor. The campaigns now say the debates will be held September 19th in McAllen and September 30th in Dallas. Governor Perry hasn't been strong enough in dealing with the border crisis. That's according to Texas Tea Party groups who will unveil their ideas for securing the border today. Spokesman George Rodriguez says they'll begin with deporting illegal immigrants and send a lot more on their way back in airplanes.
Rather than us paying billions of dollars for health, for assistance, for attorney's fees, for education, we should be paying millions of dollars for airplane tickets back to their home.
The FBI has taken over the investigation into the weekend incident in South Brownsville where a Border Patrol agent opened fire on a militia volunteer.
The agent was tracking a group of immigrants when a man wielding a long gun and wearing camouflage suddenly appeared in the brush. Unsure who he was, the agent opened fire. The man dropped his weapon and yelled he was a militia member. It was the second confrontation in a month, and the Border Patrol Sector Chief Kevin Oakes tells us
there's plenty of professionals that are on the border that are taking care of that, and it's not helpful.
Oakes says there's too big of a chance a militia member could be mistaken for an armed drug smuggler also dressed in camouflage. In McAllen, Tim Sullivan, TSN News.
A Beaumont gun store owner says he'll supply training, guns, ammo, and gear to start a militia in order to stop people from sneaking into Texas.
We're not paying anyone. It is an all-volunteer group. We are supplying the gear, supplying the training, supplying the firearms and ammo to go down there and act as a force multiplier for the Border Patrol.
Derek Poe says his group will set up shop on private property. He says many of the teens sneaking across the border are actually gang members. The Better Business Bureau warning that hackers will use the stolen nude photos of Hollywood celebrities to get you to click on dangerous links that can open up your computer to theft. Jared Wise of the Central Texas Better Business Bureau says there are a few simple things you can do to protect yourself.
If you go to another screen, log out of that previous one. Don't stay on that retail store that you just shopped at and still have your password and are still logged in while you're also logged into your social media account and your email at the same time.
He adds you should also hover your mouse over any link that you think is suspicious before clicking on it. We're at the halfway point of the hurricane season, and so far it's been pretty quiet.
There have only been 4 named storms in the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey says on average there are 7 by this time.
Impacts on the U.S. very minimal. Just a few showers overspreading deep South Texas, but otherwise no impact on U.S. weather.
South Texas farmers trying to harvest cotton would probably disagree with that minimal impact assessment. Tony Purcell, TSN News.
Mike Rogers, what is coming up on the other side of the news?
Chuck, they'll be hitting the high notes this week in Hawaii. The really high notes.
Many of the players play their own ukulele, and then we have a house band who can back them up, but the house band is not allowed to do any singing.
We'll have more coming up on the other side of the news.
And Roger Emmerich in for Chris Schneider. He's got sports news as Morning News Break for Thursday, September 4th continues.
Choice.
This is what you will get with Parks Agency. Why shop anywhere else for insurance when Parks Agency is a one-stop shop? Get your home, auto, motorcycle, and your business quoted with almost any national insurance company such as Allstate, Travelers, Liberty Mutual, and Progressive, just to name a few. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, and all of us here at the Parks Agency have been devoted to our customers and our community since 1935. We work for you. Stop by 900 Main or call us at 267-5504 and you experience the difference of choice.
School has started, and traffic, especially around elementary schools, moves at the speed of a West Texas terrapin. Please drive with caution. Pay attention to speed limit signs, and don't use your cell phone in a school zone. Police are patrolling, and if they see violators, it'll cost them money. West Texas Auto Parts reminds drivers to be careful. Those kids are our future. West Texas, the folks in the know when it comes to auto parts. Snyder Highway, Big Spring.
Welcome back to Morning News Break. Here's Mike Rogers with the other side of the news.
It's a contest named in honor of the greatest falsetto singer of all time.
Well, you can't tell by the way I use my
No, come on. This guy makes Barry Gibb sound like Barry White. And we're talking about Clyde Sproat, the man they called Uncle Kindy.
He is a famous Hawaiian falsetto singer.
At least he was. You see, Uncle Kindy died a couple of years ago. So the annual Hawaiian Falsetto Contest, which is coming up this weekend on the Big Island, was renamed in his honor.
Our contest is for males only because he truly believes that it's the male who has to work a little bit harder to bring out that falsetto in that upper register, compared to a woman.
Hua Garman is the organizer of this year's contest. She says the rules are simple.
Many of the players play their own ukulele, and then we have a house band who can back them up, but the house band is not allowed to do any singing.
Now, it's up to you to hit those high notes. In Hawaiian, preferably.
Because we have a Hawaiian language award, it helps if they sing Hawaiian. Getting that voice in that upper register and sometimes keeping it there for a long time. It's amazing. It's just wonderful to hear how they can just go from a low soprano voice up into that high voice, with no strain, and smile while they're singing.
And I'm Mike Rogers with the other side of the news. Wow, that really hurts. On TSN.
Here's Roger Emmerich with sports.
Texans host the Redskins in their opener Sunday, and new backup quarterback Ryan Mallett is getting settled in after being acquired from the Patriots.
It's been a whirlwind, just getting to know everybody and getting to know the schedule of the area, so it's been fun, so I'm ready to get settled down.
Mallett is reunited with Texans coach Bill O'Brien, who was once a New England assistant.
Knowing him definitely made it easier. It doesn't change anything as far as professional, atmosphere, but it made it easier knowing him before I came here.
Astros finished a two-game sweep of the AL West leading Angels with last night's 4-1 victory that featured Chris Carter's 2 homers and 3 RBIs, including a 2-run blast in the 8th.
On the warning track, he leaps, and that's gone! A 2-run home run for Chris Carter. His second home run of the night, and the Astros go up 4-1.
AL Central leading Royals finished a 3-game sweep of the visiting Rangers with a 4-1 victory. Roger Emmerich, TSN Sports.
And recapping our top story this morning, thousands of Texas fast food workers will be exchanging burger flippers today for pickets. It is part of a nationwide effort pushing for $15 an hour for fast food workers. With Morning News Break, I'm Chuck Martin, TSN News.
Are in a boom. It's an exciting time. New opportunities are popping up every day. You may have looked the situation over and discovered there's something you could provide in this period of growth. You just need some advice and capital to put your idea into action. The professional bankers at the State National Bank know all about business and have helped new enterprises get started since 1909. The State National Bank is locally owned. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Attention employers, get your staff members in, out, and back to work. There is now one place in Big Spring to send your employees for testing. West Texas Injury Prevention, a subdivision of Back in Motion. Our healthcare professionals are here to help employers screen existing and potential employees for health risks. West Texas Injury Prevention performs employee physicals, drug testing, EKGs, flu vaccines, TB and hepatitis screenings, weight limit testing, breath alcohol, digital x-rays, even DOT exam. The advantage to West Texas Injury Prevention is that all of the testing is in one location. Just one. No traveling around or waiting around. In fact, with Rapid eScreen, negative drug tests come back in just 5 minutes. West Texas Injury Prevention will even go to your business. Get your employees in, out, and back to work. Get physical with West Texas Injury Prevention. Next door to Back in Motion at 12th and Scurry. Call 264-1920 to set up an appointment today.
Have you had a hard time finding the time and place to get yourself or your employees into H2S or first aid CPR training? The Paint and Safety Store in Big Spring is here to help. We are now offering training classes on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month. The second Tuesday will feature H2S training for $35 per person, and the fourth Tuesday will feature first aid CPR for $60 per person. Each class is limited to 15 slots, so call the Paint and Safety Store today at 263-8491 to reserve your spot.
It's hot, and so are the savings at 87 Auto Sales with over 250 pre-owned cars, pickups, and SUVs to choose from. They finance their customers right there at the dealership, so you can drive away the very same day in the vehicle of your choice. 87 Auto Sales has the right vehicles for your needs. Serving West Texas since 1972, 87 Auto Sales on the corner of 3rd and Greg Street in Big Spring. Right on the corner and right on the price. Hot, 87 Auto Sales.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Wait, we're talking about Gooney here. Well, at least he's funny. Sort of.
Welcome back to Gooney in the Morning on KBST AM and FM. It's Thursday. Woo! Thursday is here. September 4th, 7:46 here at the KBS Studios. Gooney here with you this morning. We're shouting out to Westbrook this morning. Charles Sagona with us today.
Thursday got here pretty quick, didn't it?
It did. Heather's in the house.
Can you breathe right now?
Barely.
Okay.
Barely.
Good morning. Hey, guys.
I just want to wake everybody up. That's what I want to do. Get everybody up, going, and in a good mood. See, good moods are contagious.
Are they?
I've noticed, yeah. They really are.
So bad moods are definitely contagious.
So are bad moods. So if you're in a bad mood, it's going to ruin everybody else's day. So let's just act like we're in a good mood.
Yeah. Well, I got some tickets, so get somebody in a good mood.
Better get somebody in a good mood. We got some great tickets we're going to give away.
Wish we had some game show music. That's what we need right now.
Probably find some.
Some game show music?
Yeah.
Not that kind of game show music, like exciting, we're going to give away some tickets game show music.
Oh, that kind
like Catch 21?
What does Catch 21 sound like?
I don't know.
Sing it.
I don't know.
No, you're not going to sing it?
No.
It's not going to happen?
Not at all. No. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to play Rangers or Rockhounds, and what I do is I have, there we go, that's what I'm talking about. And we're going to play Rangers versus Rockhounds, and what I have is 4 tickets to go see the Texas Rangers versus the Seattle Mariners, Saturday, September 6th at Globe Life Park in Arlington, so you and 3 friends can go to that game, or you can choose to go over to Midland.
Or 3 enemies and try to make them friends.
That's true.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
That's true. Or I have tickets to go see the Midland Rockhounds in the playoffs versus the Frisco Rough Riders. Now, what it is it's not just one ticket. You're guaranteed a game on Friday, and they have 2 if necessary games, Saturday and Sunday. So that could possibly be a whole weekend of baseball if the series goes all the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask some trivia questions, and the first person to give us a call and get the question right will get to choose Rangers or Rockhounds.
Is it bad that I'm more excited about the Rockhounds tickets?
Well, it is playoff Rockhounds tickets.
Like, I would much rather go see that Rockhounds game.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. And
Rockhounds games are so much fun.
I'm a huge Rangers fan, and even though they're not doing that great, I'd love going to their games. But that playoff Rockhounds game just seems like it would be
awesome.
Because I don't know, they're just more fun. For me, it's more fun to take my kids to Rockhounds games, and it's more fun for my wife and I to just go to Ranger games.
It's a lot less expensive to go see the Rockhounds.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is, too. Awesome. We got some great trivia questions. If you're the first one to call with the correct answer, 263-KBST, 263-5278, you're going to get your choice between Rangers or Rockhounds. If you pick Rangers, they're gone. We only got that one set of Rangers,
Right.
so as soon as they're gone, they're gone. But we're ready. Let's do some questions, man.
All
Let's do
right.
it.
Question number 1. The Midland Rockhounds were known by 2 other names before they settled on Rockhounds. They picked the Rockhounds name in 1999.
All right.
So call up and tell us one of their previous names. What were the Midland Rockhounds called before they picked the name Rockhounds?
263-KBST, 263-5278.
Oh, every time.
See, they were calling before you asked the question. I was trying to put them on blast real quick. Be like, "What's the answer?"
Yeah,
You know
they should have
You
at
know the
least
answer?
taken a guess.
Yeah, right. It would have been worth a shot. 263-KBST, 263-5278. Take your guess at the Midland Rockhounds. You just got to get one of them, right?
Yeah, just one of them. They were known by 2 names before they were the Rockhounds.
I know one of them.
What was one of them?
I was around for one of
Well,
them.
don't say it. Let's.
Hi, you're on Gooney in the Morning. Who are we talking to?
This is Ray.
Ray?
Yeah.
Ray, do you have an answer to the question?
Yeah, the Midland Cubs.
Yeah, they were the Midland Cubs from 1972 to 1984.
See, that's one I didn't know that one.
Me
I
neither.
knew about the Angels, the Midland Angels, back whenever they were that name.
Yeah, and they took over as the Angels from 85 to 98 and
That's when they had the
99.
big moose.
Yeah.
Was with the Angels. Ray, what's your last name?
Seals.
Fields?
Seals.
Seals. Well, congratulations, Ray. What are you doing this morning, man?
Working.
Where do you work at?
City of Oklahoma.
Oh, awesome. Keep that city going. That's fantastic, bud.
All right, Ray, it's Rangers or Rockhounds. Which one do you want to pick? I got tickets for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to the Rockhounds, or you can pick 4 tickets to Saturday's game for the Texas Rangers.
I'll take the Rockhounds.
You're going to take Rockhounds. All right.
That's going to be an exciting game. That's playoff baseball right there, huh?
Right on.
And it's a lot cheaper to go to a Rockhounds game. You can spend some money there. And
Got
get
you
some good
got you a
stuff.
family 4-pack to those 3 games, Ray.
Cool.
That's awesome, man. You can stop by the KBS Studios here between 9 and 5 and pick those bad boys up.
All righty. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ray. Have a good day, bud.
Well,
There we go.
We're
There's
going to do
one
another
away.
question.
Yeah, we got
Rockhounds
some-
or Rangers?
Yeah, no, we still got Rangers tickets. That's awesome. How about that? Well, let's do another one then.
Okay. The Midland Rockhounds are a Double-A team. They're minor league baseball. Who are the Rockhounds affiliated with? In 1972 to 84, they were affiliated with the Cubs, hence the name the Midland Cubs. From 85 to 98, they were the Midland Angels, and they were affiliated with the Angels. Right now, there's no baseball team called the Rockhounds.
Right.
So, except for Midland, there's no pro team called the Rockhounds. So, who are the Midland Rockhounds affiliated with?
We have a caller here now. Hi, you're on Goody in the Morning. Who are we talking to?
No.
Yeah, see, you're calling too early, folks. You're calling too early. I'm going to put you on the spot. I'll put you right there.
There's only, what, 28 baseball teams. You can figure it out.
Yeah, just take a guess. Take a guess at it. Hi, you're on Goody in the Morning. Who are we talking to? Hi, are you there? No? Oh, they're scared, too. They're scared.
No, it sounded like they had a phone problem.
Think so?
Think so. Like I said, they were the Midland Cubs and the Midland Angels. Right now, they're the Midland Rockhounds. Who are they affiliated with right now?
Hi, you're on Goody in the Morning. Who's this?
This is Chris.
Chris, what's your last name?
Hamby.
Chris Hamby. Well, thanks for calling in, bud. Do you have the answer to our question?
I don't know. I think it's the Oakland A's.
It is Oakland.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. Good
All
job
right.
right there. Way to go,
Nice.
Chris. What are you doing this morning?
I'm driving to work.
Awesome, Chris.
And you pulled over to make this call, right? Because you're safe.
Actually, I'm in construction, so I'm going pretty slow.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll let you pass.
Right?
Yeah, right. Hey, Chris, what was your pick? Did you want the Rockhounds playoff tickets or the Texas Rangers tickets?
I want the Rockhounds.
There we go. Another Rockhounds tickets. Awesome, Chris. Well, you can swing by between 9 and 5 here at the KBS Studios and pick up those tickets, bud.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for listening to Gooney in the Morning.
And hey, Chris, be
Good
safe.
morning. All right.
Yeah, be safe out there, bud. There we go.
All right, we're gonna play one more round.
All right.
One more round. Rockhounds are Rangers, and you know what? These are for the Rangers.
Okay.
We're out of Rockhounds
That's
for
all
today.
we got left.
We got Rangers. Okay, but this is a question for it's a Rockhound type trivia question.
Okay.
The Rockhounds won championships 3 years. They won it one time when they were the Cubs and twice when they're the Rockhounds. Name one of the 3 years that they won the championship.
One of the 3 years.
One of the 3 years that they won the championship.
Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. Who are we talking to?
No.
I love doing that. I love when they start calling before the question's even there, and then just don't know.
Well, that's okay. We got more calls coming in.
That's right.
What year? Name one of the 3 years that Midland won the championship.
We got another caller. Hi, you're on Gooney in the morning. Who are we talking to?
Drew.
Drew, can you turn your radio down a little bit, please?
Yep, got it.
All right, Drew. What is your guess to the question?
1975.
You're right.
There
they
we
did.
go,
That was the first
Drew.
year.
Way to go. Drew.
Awesome.
Drew, what's your last name?
Bowman.
Bowman, and what are you doing this morning?
I'm driving my daughter to school.
Awesome. Where's she go to school at?
Goddard.
At Goddard. Well, way to go. Way to listen to Gooney in the morning. You just picked yourself up some Rangers tickets.
Awesome.
How did you know that? Did you Google it?
Yes.
That's some quick Googling right there. I have to give you props. That's real fast.
Well, I had Wikipedia up already because I actually had all 3 answers.
Oh, really? So you've been trying since the get-go, huh?
Yes.
Well, congratulations, Drew. We got you some 4 Rangers tickets here. You can swing by the radio station here at 608 Johnson between 9 and 5 to pick them up.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Well, congratulations to Chris and Ray, who are both going to see the Rockhounds, and Drew, who are going to see the Rangers. That's how we play Rockhounds or Rangers.
That's right. That was awesome. Good stuff.
And if you count these tickets, that's tickets. These are 12 tickets, 24, 28 tickets.
We just
gave away.
Wow.
That's how we do it on Gooney in the morning.
See, that's what's cool. The Rockhound winners, they're getting tickets to the entire series, right?
Yeah, the entire series.
So if they win, that's a lot of games right there.
That is right.
Wow, that's awesome. Way to go. Good winners. Good winners. We love making winners here.
We do.
In the morning. Good stuff. That's fun.
I love the theme music.
I know. I can't get over it. Sorry. I'm just getting crazy.
You know what? I do have one more pair of Rockhounds tickets. We'll give them away tomorrow.
Awesome.
We'll make one other person a winner for tomorrow.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that. I'm down with that. Good stuff. Awesome. Heather, did you have any good doing it wrongs?
I do.
Let's hear it.
Okay. All right. The title is A Guy Pulls Down a Woman's Shorts When She's Jogging. Turns out she's a U.S. Marshal and beats the crap out of him.
Whoa!
Yep. So.
Family show.
I would have said the actual word that was on there.
Why would you pants somebody? I mean, you know that's what it's called when you're in gym class and somebody comes up and just takes your gym shorts, rips them down,
Right.
and
When you're
it's called
junior high.
pantsing them, like
When you're
pantsing
junior
them.
high,
I got kicked out of tennis in high school for that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even my fault, but we're not going to go.
It wasn't your fault.
When I was in high school, there was a guy that did that to a young lady, and they actually pressed charges on him for it.
Yeah, that's
like you can get
that's not
trouble.
cool.
You can get a lot of trouble.
Well, it
for
was
that.
Ginger. Maybe I should press charges on her.
You might want to. You hear that, Ginger? We're calling you out. Right here on Gooney in the morning.
It says that a woman was jogging by herself on a trail in Pittsburgh when a 19-year-old Robert Flynn ran up behind her, grabbed her straight up, pulled her shorts down, then took off running. Well, he didn't realize that this woman was a U.S. Marshal, so this woman chased him down and pretty much beat him.
Did she pull her pants up first?
Yep. No, I don't know. It doesn't say. You know, she could have been. So it says that he was arrested on charge with aggravated assault, indecent assault, escape, and giving a fake name to a law enforcement officer.
Man, he just kept messing up.
And it says the cops also linked him to another incident where he lifted up a woman's skirt then ran off.
Really?
This guy's just like a serial pantser.
Yeah, he's like a serial. He's a serial doing it wronger is what he is.
That is probably, you just coined a new term, a serial
pantser.
Can you imagine unsolved mysteries? This guy's wanted for being a serial pantser.
It just reminds me of the dude on Family Guy that runs around with honey on his body all the time.
Touching on a candy, the greased up death guy.
Yeah. Like that's who I picture
Never
this
gonna
guy
catch
acting
me.
like.
Touching on a candy.
It's awesome. Oh, that's good stuff. Hey, you want to tune in community calendar today? We're gonna have Jan Forsyth on with Howard College. We're going to be talking about the lecture series there at Howard College. And we're also going to have, it's a two-part community calendar today. We're going to have Mike Tarpley on as well. He's going to be talking, he'll be talking about a little bit about the 9/11 Memorial, and there's a really cool event coming up tomorrow with some disabled veterans that they're kind of mixing in dove's hunting season with, helping out these disabled veterans a little bit. And we'll be talking about that a little bit more. It'll be a good round of community calendars today.
Awesome.
It should be exciting. Do you have a favorite part of today's show, Charles?
I was going to say giving away Rangers tickets, but pantsing is my favorite part of the show.
Definitely took that over, huh? What about you, Heather?
Giving away so many tickets.
That was a lot of tickets.
It was awesome.
We gave away. I'd have to say my favorite part of the show, where is that one store that we were talking about earlier?
That right there?
No, you know what? My favorite part of the show was having to find out that the Rangers were once the Cubs. I never knew that.
Yeah. A lot of
the Angels.
A lot of minor league teams just adopt the name of the other team. So they were the Cubs affiliates, and then they were the Angels affiliates.
Was that maybe like an older thing? Because it seems like they don't really do that as much anymore.
No, I think they go out more on their own identity now. Before, they used to wear the uniforms used to look a lot the same.
Wow.
Just think, I mean, the Midland Rockhounds are way more Midland than the Midland A's could be.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, too bad they're not playing Corpus Christi in this series. We might not see any fans run out on the field and attack the pitcher.
Those hooks are crazy, man.
I wish they would, because it was funny. And remember, if you're not laughing, you're not living.
You've got commodes, sinks, faucets, bathtubs, food disposals, pipes, hot tubs, swimming pools, water heaters, and they all need fixing on occasion. Who are you going to call? Gartman. That's right, Gartman. You usually think of Gartman when you have a problem with heating or cooling, but Gartman does plumbing too. Gartman, when you need a plumber or help with air conditioning and heating. 267-9000.
Ready for some golf, recreation,